So, we did an update about a month ago, so we normally come back at the end of the months. This is going to be the end of May. It's been about 2 months since we finished the closed beta. I say finish the closed beta, but we might still having to do a little bit more closed beta weekends before we get to open beta. We did say after the closed beta 4 weeks that we're like maybe 1 to 2 months, because we're at the end of the second month. I think some people might be expecting the game a little bit sooner than it is. Just to address that, we're probably going to use most of June and even a tiny bit of July. This is what I'm assuming based off our production currently. One of the big, I wouldn't say issues we want to solve, but one of the tasks that we want to put a lot of focus on is audio. We've been really happy with the audio across the starting game modes, and we're trying to improve it with the game modes of kind of TDM, MacGuffin, duel. We've actually reached out to an audio designer that's going to help us. He's very nice, very cool. We're hoping he's going to really give us some good insights. He's worked on various FPS games and was even an audio designer on like the original World of Warcraft and Call of Duties. So it's a lot of experience in the audio department that we haven't had in our team. So we're hoping that he starts in June, that he might be able to help us out. So that'd be cool. And we'll see how that goes. So we can just show a couple of maps. So what I'm expecting is like sometime in July we'll be doing something again. Probably either a couple closed betas and open beta. We'll see. So sit tight for the rest of May and June is what I'll say. Alright, but we'll show you some updates of stuff that we've been working on. You got shells to show now? Yeah, you mean... so over the month, the main thing we've been working on is the TDM MacGuffin and like kind of audio. So it's hard to give you a lot of stuff to see that's been worked on, but I can show you just a couple of the maps to expect. This is the sunken arted up version that Promise I think is basically finished. It's very pretty, it's very cool. And yeah, we're just working on replacing the bases with new stuff. And we've been talking about if the base is more than 1 point in the base to kind of pull defenders out of position a little bit. So we'll have to see if that's going to be the case. But this is sunken. It's very pretty. Well done to everyone. And we've been playtesting this pretty aggressively every night. A bunch of maps, just trying to get it to a competitive standard since we're planning a decent amount of competition, which I can talk a little bit about later. Another of the maps. So this is MacGuffin. We kind of remixed Crystal Cove into a MacGuffin map that you guys know. I'll just show you the updates on it, just so you can see what the updates look like and why we changed it. So Crystal Cove was originally a wipeout kind of brawl TDM map, but we wanted more in the MacGuffin map pool, and Crystal Cove didn't really work very well for the wipeout. It didn't have the flow, and for the brawl it wasn't overly needed. So we wanted to take it into a MacGuffin. So there's a base here and a base on the other side. Again, this has been play tested pretty aggressively. You know, we do every night play test pretty much, and just been a lot of cleanup on the floors just to make sure that rockets don't start disappearing with collision. And in general, it's playing very well. It's the good thing about MacGuffin in terms of the objective is taking the MacGuffin, you know, to take it to your base, and you gain gold now. Gold farmers, but those props haven't come in yet. The cool thing about this map is once you steal the MacGuffin from the enemy base, it's a very much like a CTF run, because you can slow it down. You have a lot of options of how you're going to do the run. So there's just been a lot of cleanup on this map and some lift jumps put in, just to make it so like if you're attacking this base, before it was just go up the log or go in here, and now you also have the lift jump entrance at the top as well. So there's lots of cool little changes that will benefit gameplay, but hard to kind of maybe appreciate. And then we got a new duel map coming. We wanted a slightly larger duel map because we felt our duel map pool was a little bit small. So Abraxas, and then you got some help with the community as well as Bubcast. It's a little bit dark. We do feel that we just want to add a little bit more sunlight into these, but in general, it's a larger 1v1 map that should offer a little bit more unique gameplay opposed to the other maps that we have in the current pool. Where we were interested in adding another duel map, especially just for competition standard. We think it's important just to have a variety of different kind of maps when it comes to playstyle. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. But it's quite big. I've been watching a couple people play matches on it. It's really good. It's quite enjoyable. Yeah, we're gonna add more sunlight in it though. Oh, sorry, there's a new version of it. I've just been told. I'm showing the older version. I think this one even has slightly more sunlight in the yellow armor room. Yeah, it seems to be the case. Yeah, it's just a little bit easier on the eyes when you're in this room. But I think there's more to go on this. Is a little bit more of a push. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I don't know if it's too gimmicky, but we had this situation where you could play from here. Like on the outer control player could really kind of sit here, and then they have access to red armor this way, and then the yellow armor down here. And they would sit here and just kind of wait until they, saw this person. They could take a shot and then just bail in the direction they wanted. So we made it like a one-way door. Because the chances are you're not going to hear that jump that well, and then you can come through that way. But it's a one-way door, so you can't go through this way. Seems to have solved some of it. Some of the problems. But overall, these duel maps generally get tweaked quite a bit by the mappers when they actually see more players play. But it's cool. And then we are letting some people just kind of get ahead of us. So one of the concepts we have for later in life, which is called like party modes. Party modes are very small game modes that maybe just consist of 4 players, and they rotate and you get points per game mode, kind of like Towerfall if you ever played that. So one of the mappers Nunu stars, like, I would like to make a how do you call it, where you have basically like a Rocket League kind of thing, like we have a ball and then there's a base and then you cap it and then something and you defend and blah. I don't know what's going on, but he's made an arena for it. Yeah, and if you touch this, the electricity, you die. So you can like melee people into it and stuff. We've got to do a little bit of work for Nunu Star for this to become a reality, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's a very pretty map. I think Nunu Star has made this it's very cool. So yeah, at the moment, because he's designing it with what we've given him, there's a MacGuffin, and then you take it to your base, and this is a force field. You can't actually fire through this. You can see it's not very well because we don't have the proper things, but once you cap, you kind of, the people here, you can't shoot them, so you just sit here with a melee weapon and then try and knock them out as they come in, and then you try and pick up the thing and run to the other side, and then you can melee people into that, and it's funny. But anyway, yeah, it's Nunu Star's map. We'll see what happens in the future. This is we're letting mappers get ahead of us because we've got a little bit too much work to do on all the other stuff. And then Avan Amer, I want to say his name is. He's doing a kind of party mode where it's like King of the Hill. Whoa, that's not good. Yeah, okay, let me just see if it's listed. Okay, yeah. Thank you. No worries. I'm just gonna load I just messed up the name of the map. Yeah, so he's doing a party mode, which he wants to be something like King of the Hill in the future. So he's made this like kind of top area that I'm assuming you get points for standing on. And then there's, you know, if you get knocked off, you kind of bounce back up. So it's, yeah, we're just letting people make maps because we're not working on these, but they're making maps with the ideas of what they want to do when either modding is in or that we give them a little bit more options.
First frag.
You dead.
Slain.
Mid-air mode, yeah, exactly. You could do something very similar. But the cool thing about him building an arena like this and finishing it is you could use it for multiple kind of party modes. But we're not, unfortunately, we can't work with the community on these right now just because of how busy we are on other stuff. So, yeah. And then someone's working on a snow theme from the community, which is cool. Show you that. I think, did you see this last time? Did you see the snow? This is Mangly. I think you saw snow. Look, he's updated it. I think you didn't see this, but he's making ice caves. Yeah, so Mangly is just kind of, yeah, pushing some cool assets for the artist to use. And I think, I do believe that there is quite a good TDM map, actually, by Armaku. And I think he's asking Nunu Star to help him art. And I think Nunu Star, well, I'm not sure. I think maybe Promise or Nunu Star, they might be using the, they might want to do like an ice map. So yeah, Mangly, it's really good. There is some uses of this apparently already. There's CTF Frost. I haven't even seen this map, but someone's working on a CTF map. But they seem to be heading towards an icy theme. This is just a kind of what blockouts look like. Ooh, icy. And then I think Armaku's TDM map. Whoops. Sorry about that. May have. Oh, try not to spam or highlight message. We talked about the open beta when we said we're going to use probably all of June, and then we do some closed beta into open beta, hoping for July. Don't worry about the yeah, no worries, no worries. Sorry, it was said earlier, and some people might have joined a little bit late. Yeah, so Armaku's map's come quite a long way. It plays really well, and I think it's someone wants to make it a snow theme map. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a snow theme TDM map, which is going to be really fun. Very cool map. Armaku, this is his first map. He's been with us on the project, just kind of chipping in and helping test for a long time. And some of the guys that have, you know, Armaku normally likes, you know, his hand at code, so it's quite interesting to see different members of the community turn to mapping. Probably just because they've got nothing else to do because of Corona, so we're probably getting way more maps just because of people's free time. Yes, but it's a very, very... I actually really like this TDM map. I was quite surprised. So, good job, Armaku. And then... I want to say Raven did something as well. What did Raven do? I think he did this years ago, but since some people were doing their party play modes, I think he uploaded it. Yeah. So, Raven... What did Raven do? I think Yeah, Raven. I think Raven made. Choose your control method. Shoot the button. Restart. What's going on? I'm just gonna fly. Defeated by. All right. Yeah, Raven made Minesweeper. Does it? Oh, it does work. I don't know why Raven did this. 1, 3, 2. Can I tag? I can't. Shit. I don't really. Let's get. So risk. Baby. I'm assuming there's one here, right, chat? Living life dangerously. I can't tag stuff. I'm not sure what these little things on the right are. I think that's just the part of the art. I'm just gonna lose. I think. Okay, that one's not. That's right. And baby, ba 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Bam, bam, bam. Wait, was one here? And then yeah. God, this update. All right, what am I looking at? 3. Baby. I'm gonna risk and say it's there. And then it's just this part. So it's wait. 2 2, so that's here. That means it's not there. Right? And then it has no, it has to be here, because he's 2. So it's not there. Did I win? And then shoot this one, right? And then I'm good. Is that how it works? I died already. You lost already, James. Where did I lose? No, I didn't! You fucking liars!
Frag. Slain.
You ruined my Minecraft game. I won. Yeah, that was done. Exactly. Well, the thing is, I broke in because so I didn't know what was going on. But anyway, whatever. Raven made this. Minecraft OK Boomer. What did I call it? Minecraft. I'm tired. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, Raven did that. I think he did it a long time ago before we knew it was very possible to do stuff like this, because that's Raven. You need to shoot the purple to win. Okay. Okay. Well, the rules were not explained. Oh wait, yes. Okay, so let's show a couple of other things. Sorry about that. I was already engrossed in that game. I'll just do a TDM. I'll just go into Wellspring. I haven't seen Wellspring for a while. So I don't know if people kind of understood the simplicity of this, but I just wanted to show it because it is quite cool. This is the HUD. This is my HUD. Yay. If we, for example, want to, I can take a string from Nico's HUD. If I click settings, HUD, load HUD, put in the string, Nico's HUD, I press load. Now that's Nico's HUD. So I can play with Nico's HUD just by entering his string. If I want to use, for example, someone else's HUD, let's use Phase because he makes quite pretty HUDs. I don't need to go to a website or download anything. I go to Phase's like twitch.tv. I see his string for his HUD. I just copy it, and then I just click load, put in the HUD, and then load it. And now this is Phase's HUD. So you can just link your HUDs in your Twitch streams, and then the key will be specific to your HUD slot. So if you update your HUD, people can reload the key and they'll get the new version of your HUD. If I wanted to, I could, with this current HUD, I want to keep it as it is. I don't want any updates from Phase. I could click save, click here, and then just be like Phase HUD, and then I'll give it a date, like 23 2020, and then I'll save it. So that way, if Phase upload dates his HUD and I don't want to, I can just actually load this one. And then if you really want to ruin your life, you can use Abzo's HUD, which no one will ever want to put in, so I might as well do it just out of... This is ex-pro gamer HUD. It's beautiful. Actually, it's not that bad. Napalm 3D. Let's see what his HUD looks like. Yeah, this guy loses. So there you go. You guys not think this is the best HUD? I mean, the clock's there. You ain't gonna miss the timer. I like the way that yeah, whatever. We'll go back to, I'll load Phase's HUD that I saved earlier, even though I could just put his key in again. So that's really cool. So yeah, you won't have to go to kind of these websites that you used to have old. If you were playing Team Fortress 2, there was like that TF HUD stuff. Yeah, you can just share them with a string, and then people can just list them rather than, yeah, you can just list them on your Twitch chat if you're a pro gamer, and people can grab it there. Websites are so 2019 indeed. Okay, I do believe that might have been the most of what I need to show. Napalm best HUD. Yeah, full stop. Yeah, we should have like some sort of Patreon connected to the HUDs where you can donate. So Napalm can get rich. Beat up, please. Oh yeah, the last thing we're gonna show, or I'm gonna show, it's a bit experimental. I'm gonna have to restart the game, baby. That's an egg bot. Hype. Alright, let's restart the game. You guys ready for Diabotical 2? I got this Icelandic song in my head. Restarting again. Pog. That didn't work. Alright. Are you guys ready for... 1 second. And get rip game. Yeah. This is more of an opinion piece. And we like asking the internet for opinions. That generally goes well. He's beautiful. Okay, so he's a bit off-center, his shell. But just to explain, one of the things that the pro gamers, some people are whined about, is that their egg bots aren't on the ground. And I was like, well, the only way we can get an egg bot on the ground is by raising the arms and making it a cylinder. And so we thought, okay, let's try it, right? And then we did it. And then I was like, we played with it in a game. Some people like it, some people don't. But I was like, well, part of the argument was if you allow people to force like a cylinder bot enemy model, that we would lose money because we would damage the cosmetics of the game. And I was like, maybe it's better just to give the community what they want, because if people are having a hard time hitting the egg bots with rocket launchers, it might be nice that you could force the enemy team model, because it's the same hitbox. Actually, it's not. There's a little bit curved at the top. And then, yeah, like I just give up. Looks silly. Probably plays much better. Well, it's very funny. I don't know. Maybe Raven could invite me to a game and we can see Raven's model in game with it if he wants to invite me. Yeah, pick a pretty map if you can, Raven. Sure. So there is an option right now to change the models in custom lobby. One of the cool things I thought about spectating a tournament, though, is that if there were different models per team. Oh, my game's lagging out because of the phase head. Oh, probably not wipeout because you're green. So maybe just jump into a TDM map. Even just restart the lobby. Add anime girls. What are we working on in order of release? Yeah, I can go through that. Bizarre. So here is Raven, Destroyer of Worlds. It's like you're playing some sort of Kovok trainer. The animations are really quite stiff on it right now. Yeah, so... Why is he creeping around? The funny thing is when he crouches, there has to be an animation where the whole cylinder at the top goes down to the ground and covers the feet. Yeah, and also if he pulls out his melee weapon, he just becomes some sort of disconfigured scary bot. Yeah. So, and then we can reload the game with the egg bot. And then, yeah, so I don't know if it's a bad thing to give people options on their enemy models like this, just because we can work on the cylinder bot, but it generally gets a little bit... Obviously, this has, like, working animations, but I can understand why it's probably easier to shoot with rockets and even track with shaft, but if we don't use it, we don't use it. It's not really a big deal to me. I prefer eggs. Well, yeah, I like them as well more. But we're not wasting time with the trash bot right now because there are things in the future that involve different shape bots. But yeah, I have no problem shooting the egg bots because I'm not shit. But if you talk to players like Wins, who's, you know, apparently multiple world champion, he prefers shooting the trash bots. But then it's also you giving people an advantage. But we'll see. Grenades. Fly, Raven. that's quite nice. Okay, yeah, so in order of what we're working on, we've moved most of the netcode, and we've still got to move some stuff. We've pretty much got the 2 maps for the new game modes that we want to... I'll leave this just so the background noise. Thanks, Raven. I'm going to leave him here because he's funny. 75. Oh, yeah, it goes... What does it go now? 70, 75, 80. People felt that... I think that's right. I'm not sure. People felt like 60 was too little on the railgun or something. I'm not sure. The grenades don't bounce right now. Yeah, 70, 75, 80. People felt it was very unsatisfying hitting a 60 pincer. But I did increase the pincer reload by a very small amount to keep it balanced. There's lots of little things that we've done with balance changes over the playtest, since we've been able to playtest quite peacefully for a couple of months. Yeah, so the main focus for development to get to a next round of closed beta and then to the open beta. We just got to move 1 or 2 more things into the server side of the netcode, but generally it's all there now, which is great. Still some tweaking to do, but it's very acceptable. We gotta make sure the shop's working well with the customization, which we still haven't pushed to its fullest yet. We've implemented all the Twitch API stuff for a drops campaign, so we are ready to do drops. We just have to figure out like how we're gonna do drops on Twitch. How, you know, what is it we're giving out on Twitch channels, etc. And that's quite important for marketing. TDM MacGuffin, just waiting on some additional art and props from the art team and a little bit of polish over the VFX, etc. Audio's the big question mark of how long it will take to fix it up. But we're using pretty much all of June to improve the audio for very high level competitive game modes like Duel and TDM. We've done most of the queue systems now, so when you... Yeah, I won't go into detail on that, but it's fine. And then... Sorry, this is more off the top of my head.